Hello, my dear Virgo. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between February 1st and February 15, 2018, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, I have put astrological information for the month of February in a video of its own that you can check out if you want to. You can check the Q&As. There you will have some videos, both with the astrological videos and this pain video for dealing with your pain. You can also find all those videos at my webpage at www.queenofcupstarot.se. So I used the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquis and illustrated by Scott Murphy. And I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, Virgo, I see the Two of Pentacles and Three of Wands. So it seems like it's something you want to manifest something. You want your ship to come in, and you're working step by step towards your goal. With the Two of Pentacles, you probably isn't that comfortable. It might be that it's lacking some element. Maybe there's not enough cooperation from other people, or maybe you are in a situation that's making you fall in and out of balance a lot. So sometimes you think you are towards your goal, and sometimes you think, no, I'm never going to make it. So that's the element of Two of Pentacles. It's like one step forward and two steps back sometimes. But with the Three of Wands, it shows that you are steadily heading towards this dream of yours. So you're going to get there. It's just that you have a lot of life experience to do while you're getting there. And we can see this dog coming with some aid to you, and also this birds of prey. They can be your vision. So you can have this overall vision of things, but in the same time, maybe you should ask the people that could be of help to you for help. You can also see a lot of ships out here. The Three of Wands is traditionally you're waiting for your ship to come in, and this person is in a harbor juggling some pentacles, some manifestations. So you are still waiting for your ship to come in. It's just that it might take a little bit more of time. It's some element that's missing because this isn't a Three of Pentacles just yet. So I think there's cooperation from other people that's missing generally for you. Okay, so I call the Divine with love and light. And here we have the Hierophant number 5. And I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And the 8 of Wands. And I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Virgo viewers. So you see you had the Hierophant card there. The Hierophant card is working together with others. Sometimes that can be rather difficult. Look at all the fives: 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 5 of Cups. It can be a lot of things. You can, when you are with other people, there can be conflicts. There can be misunderstandings. There can be you can become disappointed on them. They don't want the same thing that you do. And we also saw the 8 of Wands and later the 2 of Cups. There was some other card also, but I have forgotten about it. So, and it shows that commitment for those who want it, it's on its way. Okay, it's coming, but it's still, yes, you had the 8 of Pentacles also. It's very much like the 3 of Pentacles, but it's much more evolved. So it might be that someone is coming back around, or some situation is coming back around, so you can practice on it one more time and maybe get it right this time. Okay, so I want my dear Virgo to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. Yes, the Hierophant. The Hierophant card is a very troubled card during this time that we're in, because we have had this religious oak over our shoulders for thousands of years where we have been maybe it was necessary for us to go through this stage of being slaves. But the Hierophant card also represents the Buddha. So there's different degrees here in this hell I was about to say, but it's different degrees here. This is human knowledge. This is what we have stored in our library. Sometimes what we have stored in our library is actually not freeing people. It's the history of the conqueror, the winner that's there. So we can sometimes get a little bit fooled. But if you listen to your own inner authority and your own inner Buddha, you won't get lost. Not so much anyway. And it's also talking about social situations, traditions, commitments, marrying, being in a family situation, and all that it's carrying with it. So for many of you, I think that the key is to heal the wounds with your original family. When you heal your wounds with the original family, either they are there for you to heal the wounds with them or not, doing it so within you, by not giving them right anymore, but by not giving them the power over you, like the power to say that you are a good person or you're not. Decide for yourself that you're a good person and go with your inner authority and follow your own inner moral compass. And you will heal this ancestral thing that's going on with you too. Okay. So where were I? Yes, I want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Temperance card, yes, that's the other card that's connected to the number 5, the Hierophant, because it's 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is when you go out in the world and experience things that you can put in your library of knowledge later on. So you need to have difficult relationships with difficult people. You need to have difficult situations overall to get the knowledge, first-hand knowledge. So you know, it's like this. Youths, they don't want to listen to the elderly. They want to make their own mistakes. And no, it's no difference from you. You want to live it firsthand before you can get the knowledge. So many people can tell you, oh, you need to love yourself. You can't be stuck in a relationship like this and that. And you shouldn't stay on a work that's this and this. You won't listen to them until this is your first-hand knowledge. Okay, I need to love myself to have a whole relationship. I need to find my own inner compass for where I'm supposed to work and so on. So a first-hand experience is what you need. So you can't let other people's knowledge lead you. They can guide you a little bit, but you need, it's like Virgo needs first-hand knowledge here. Okay. Oh, good. Finally. So I will tune into your reading and to you, Virgo, for a few seconds here. Okay. Virgo. So it's the first part of February 2018. Let's see what's going on for you, Virgo, during this time. Okay, so this is your future. And this is your now, and this is your past. So in the past here, we can see a King of Swords. So some of you might have been dealing with a swords person. That's Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. This is usually Aquarius, but it can be any sign. Mostly, I think it's talking about you. This with the first-hand knowledge and the eagles or the birds of prey. I think it was hawks there in the beginning. Because this person, even though he's not that looking in this particular deck, he's very much the person that can see things from an above perspective. He's a judge. He's taking everything into consideration and making a logical decision. And that is what you need to do. You need to gather both your head and your heart and the knowledge that you have in a situation and then make a firm decision. And we also have the wolf here. That's the wild part of the divine masculine, the part that needs to it needs to find its own authority. It needs to find its own value, because masculinity has a problem these days, because it feels a lot of guilt and blame for how the world became under their leadership. But the wild wolf, it's the masculine authority, like the masculine responsibility, and still being wild and free. If you can get what I'm saying, the wolves are pack animals, and in the same time they are the icon of being wild and free. So it's really about family and finding your soul group and the people that you belong to and the people that you want to protect and be good together with. Find the people that makes you good, okay? So it's for both feminine and masculine people, because we both have this element inside of us. We have yin and we have yang. So the more you can integrate the yin and yang inside of you, like both being able to love pink and be very strong, either you're a male or a female. I'm just saying like general icon so you can understand. When you are like this, you're whole. You're a person that can't be touched by someone saying, oh, so you wear a pink scarf. You're not that much of a man. So if that still wounds you, you're not healed, and your yin and yang is not in balance. I'm not saying that you're supposed, like females are supposed to be butch and males are supposed to be feminine. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you need to have this. You are equipped with all these talents or superpowers, so you ought to be able to use them whenever it's called for. So when you are supposed to comfort a baby, you need to be very emotional, and when you are supposed to win a war, you need to be very strong and logical. So it's the situation that's calling for what you need to be. And we love males to be masculine and feminines to be feminine, but they still need to have these other superpowers to be able to take them forward. So when there's no alpha there to take care of the pack needs to take care of itself. So it needs to be very strong. And when there's no woman to bring out the best in the male needs to bring out the best in themselves. So it's a little bit like this. And this is the process that you have been dealing with here, Virgo. Okay, so that was in the past. And past is probably January. And here we have the first part of February. And it seems like the warrior is called for here, Virgo. Sometimes we need to defend ourselves against being humiliated, or people wants to drag us down. So when people come and says, well, when's the last time you wash your car? You don't have to be mad about that, but you can joke back and said, yes, when was the last time you were doing like this and this? So you don't have to let people drag you down. So you can fight this war, but with very Buddha-like methods. You don't have to fight a war with aggression. If you feel aggression, that's fine. It's probably what you need to show, but don't be aggressive and violent, please. You can show your aggression by your words, by telling, I'm really angry with you right now. So it seems like either you or maybe some air sign is particularly angry during the month of January and February. So it's picking up the warrior. And the warrior, for many of you, the warrior is the part of you becoming adult. So you have been in this cocoon pretending that someone was going to come and save you. Well, newsflash, you need to save yourself and give justice to yourself. And I think this is what we are seeing here. And then we have the lovers. So when you are able to integrate this in yourself, become the parent to yourself, taking care of yourself, giving justice to yourself, saving yourself, then you have integrated a certain soul part and probably become more adult. So you're ready to meet your other half that probably have done work on themselves too. So they match you now on the level where you're at. Okay, so this is the future. Looks very hopeful. Lovers, since this is a love reading. Love and spirituality. Okay, so this is in the past, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles This squirrel shows a little bit this helpless state, like praying for someone else to help you when you really could just help yourself. You could fix it for yourself. Whatever you want, you can fix it for yourself. You need to, that's what the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands was all about. There's no one helping you, so you need to help yourself. So Nine of Pentacles shows that you have been doing this very good. Nine of Pentacles is Virgo. So it's both the 9 connected to the Hermit, and it's also this Pentacles. So it's Virgo, usually Virgo in Venus. It's about self-love, becoming rock solid, making a beautiful inner garden for yourself, taking really good care of yourself. So Virgo has been rock solid. They have learned to take really good care of themselves and love themselves, no matter what people are showing, reflecting back to you. You love yourself. And here you have the Six of Pentacles. So you're also decided that there needs to be balance in your relationship. If you are giving, other needs to give too. In other case, you will withdraw to this place where you are loving yourself. We need other people in our lives. It's not enough of an adventure. It's not enough happy if we don't have other people in our lives. It's dull and dry and can be very desert-like. But you always need to have this place to withdraw to. If you try to give yourself out to the world, this is 6, so it's connected with this 6, the Lovers card. So it's talking about this, you want this soul connection with other people. So when you reach out and you try to make a connection, and the connection, it fits, you know, the other person is hooking onto you, and you are connected, and you're helping each other, you're loyal to each other, you build like trust between one another, and you start building this relationship, then you can stay out in this situation. But if you find out that this person that you feel so attracted to are not loyal, they are not there for you, they are not making you feel safe, they are not making you feel loved, then you go back to this state again. So this is what you have been taught. You have taught yourself this, Virgo, by life experiences. You have learned that there needs to be two people there needs to be two to tango. Okay. So here you have the Hangman. The Hangman is a situation where you need to sacrifice things that is no longer needed in your life. It's a birth. So you need to birth forward the new. That's the new Virgo, the new that's going to come, the adult Virgo, the one that gives justice to themselves, take care of themselves, not waiting for someone to come and rescue them, not waiting for the boyfriend or girlfriend from hell to become nice, but actually taking matters in your own hand, rather being on your own in your Virgo state, hermit state, than being in faulty relationships. So sometimes we need to be in this fluid relationship is always flawed, but I mean really flawed relationships to learn certain things. So don't blame yourself for going back to that troublesome lover. Probably you still need to some lesson from them that you can't get on your own. But here we see you sacrificing those situations. So even though you want to reach out, you want to give your all, you want to make them love you, you want to have this adventurous happiness and love situation, you're holding yourself back. You're kind of putting yourself in a straitjacket because parts of you think that you are crazy because you're attracted to a situation that's not good for you. So you're trying to hold yourself back, and it's kind of good because it's you're sacrificing something that's no longer necessary. You're sacrificing an element, something that you have learned, or you are on the brink of getting it. So it's actually very good because this sacrifice is what's needed for you to grow up. So sometimes we need to sacrifice a life situation or a relationship to be able to move on to the next level of our existence. And here we have the Six of Wands. So we can see the sixes are flanking this, the Hangman. And the Hangman is 12, so 1 plus 2 is 3. It's also connected to the 21, the World card. It's all about maturity and birthing forth new things. And you have the Six of Pentacles and Six of Wands. So you want to be with people that can connect with you, that feels the same way as you. You want to find your soul group, your team, your people, the one that you're both attracted to and that's also loyal and helpful. So Six of Wands is also you want attention, you want to be elevated by your partner or the people in your soul group. You don't want to be dragged down. So that's another sign for if you are in a healthy or a flawed relationship, like faulty relationship. Are they trying to bring you down? Are they so jealous of you that they're trying to make everything that you do like insignificant? So that's a sign. If they are elevating you and saying, oh, you're so great, you're so good, I love what you do, they are at your side. We always need to have criticism in our lives. We're not supposed to throw out every critical person in our lives. Maybe we need to wash the car more often. Okay, maybe we need to see that something that we are doing is not that great. But you see the difference when something is done with love and if something is done with envy. Because the Six of Wands that you have here can provoke a lot of envy. Like people, they shy away from you because you are too competent or too good, or they don't want to listen to you. And here, it's again this... it's beautiful, harmonious energies, all those sixes. It's like this energy here, it wants to fix your relationship, but it wants to fix it in a way that they actually they are healthy, and not just fix it so you can be back together with the person that you have a craving for. This energy wants to get it back in the way that it will actually build you up instead of tearing you down. So it's very good energy, and it's all you, okay? You have fixed this for yourself. You have done the work here, Virgo. And here we have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles might mean in this situation when you are so strong that you are shunting away people and making them feeling that they are left out in the cold. And we can see this German Shepherd here, that's a transition between the wolf and the dog. So between the wild divine masculine and the domesticated divine masculine. So we can see that you have integrated your divine masculine and you're driving off people that's in some way not helping you, okay? So we can have very much empathy for these people feeling left out in the cold. But maybe they need to do something to not be left out in the cold. Maybe they need to listen to the criticism. And it might be also, when it comes to you, if you have felt left out in the cold, that you might need to listen to the criticism that that person came with, because that left you out in the cold, because it might be very, very valuable information. It might be the key to your growth, the next assignment. So it can be different things for different people, but we all have this. So when you have left someone out in the cold, probably they did something wrong, and probably you did too. So even if you really see that they did this really awful thing towards you, try to use the King of Swords energy and see from above also what you did wrong. Not so you can judge yourself or think that you are flawed, but see where your next assignment is. Okay, so this is what you are going to have to work with the next time when I'm in this kind of relationship. So you are prepared. You know what's going to be. What's the most difficult thing for you? What's the thing that makes you the most scared? That's probably it. So this is just a pre-warning that the relationship isn't that harmonious. You are building them in to be harmonious, but there's still something there that you need to learn. It's your next assignment that you need to see. So try to see it now. Okay, yes, you hate this other person, you threw them out in the cold, but what was that they were trying to teach you? It's probably something, okay? So here we have this Five of Swords connecting to the Five of Pentacles. So it seems like you have been having a falling out with someone. Maybe you worked so much on yourself and you start to sort out what people didn't really belong in your life. This might have happened in January, but it might have been the energy going on during also 2017. and you have been sorting, and now you have people in your life that you still have a soul connection to, but you are not friends anymore. So that's one of the energies I'm picking up. Friends, it can be relatives, it can be lovers, it can be work related, partnership, different things. Okay, and here you have the Ace of Wands, and it comes underneath your Nine of Pentacles. So I think this is where you grow, when you find this rock stability. The Ace of Wands is maturity. It has this leaf, so it's about to mature, it's about to grow, and sometimes it's very strong energy, so it can be aggression, it can be falling in love very hastily, it can be wanting something with like all your soul and body. I think this is healthy. It seems like you always have this place to go back to. You are trying to have a lift off here. You try to come into this Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands kind of situation where you finally get this what you want. But you always need to go back to this rock solid Virgo situation where you love yourself. You are not stressfully waiting in anticipation for some person to come and save you. You save yourself. You welcome if you will find a situation where you can really find the person that works together with you on a very harmonious way. That will be a blessing. But as long as you don't get this, you always have your launching pad to go back to if the launch won't be successful. So that is your strength now, Virgo, that you can always go back to this state of being here and now, not in the past, not in the future, but here and now, and not in anticipation, waiting, in anxiety for this what you have dreamt of, and also no control. You have no control over other people. You can always take care of your inner garden. But there can come a storm that will wreck it for you, and it can come people that wrecks it for you, or the divine is doing so because they want you to learn something, and it's not personal. So you can always find this rock solid self-love to go back to. It's not personal. Whatever is happening is not personal. It's just here for your gain, for you to learn something by first-hand experience. And here we have the Four of Wands, so it looks very lucky. Four of Wands, it comes underneath the Six of Pentacles, so you're really ready for commitment and love and engagement and moving to the next level whenever you find someone that will do this together with you. You see, they are totally equal, and yet they are not, and they are bound together with bonds between them. So showing that both are invested. Is not only one, because the Six of Pentacles is rather typical, a card for Virgo, because it's very easy for you to overfunction and do everything in a relationship or a situation, and then become so disappointed on the other people because they don't help. But they don't help because you're overfunctioning, and you don't leave a situation for them to avoid, for them to step into. So you are supposed to only do half, and they do half. And you are not supposed to be there and say, well, you should have done this better, like this and this and that and that. No, don't do that. That's overfunctioning again. And let them learn by their own mistakes. You can help them a little bit, maybe point out something, but usually people, they want to teach themselves to tie their own shoes. You can see any 3-year-old or 2-year-old, it depends on how crafty they are. If they want, when they are learning to tie their own shoes, they don't want you to help them. So don't help them too much, okay? You can give some hints, but try to not do it. I think that's one part for you, that you're over functioning, so you're not leaving enough void for the person to step into their authority and taking responsibility for the situation. And maybe you think you do it better, but then you will have to do it all alone, and that's boring. Okay, yes, Queen of Swords. Here is when you're doing it all alone, when you're sacrificing the faulty people that's not doing the thing correctly, because the Queen of Swords she's also this seeing it from above, but she's a little bit more fair. She can be real bitchy if she's like this and cutting away people, but here she's usually very fair. So it might be that it's probably like this, that many of you are dealing with people that have overwhelmingly air in their chart, or they're acting out their air part, like being very cold and distant, seeing things very logically, having problems to attach to another person, like heart to heart. So it might be this, so you need to learn from them to become detached like this, to make room and space, so you don't do everything in the love section either. You love to the moon and back, while they love you maybe also tomorrow. So it's a little bit different. And if you start to withdraw a little bit and, also love here and now, you leave room for the other person to dream also about your future and about what can happen between you two. But here it seems like, yes, it's about to happen. And you know it's really happening, because I think this is the other person, but it's what you have learned also, to start to sacrifice people that not doing the work with you. But that also means that you can't do the work for them. So you need to give them a chance at least. If you're angry, no one else but you is arranging the family dinners, or sending cute postcards, or whatever it is. Maybe it's because they see this as, this is you, this is what you love to do. You haven't told them that you wanted help. You remember this? I told you with the dog that you need to ask for help. I would love for us to have a family dinner, but this year I want to feel like I'm not alone wanting this. So maybe all of you could tell me what you want to arrange, and we can do it together. Okay. So, and here we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is, you have the Six of Wands and the Page of Wands. You really want to live in adventure. You want to have this pulse. You want to have other people in your life. You want to fulfill your soul's destiny. And you're listening very vividly here to the divine. You have birds on both those cards here. Birds of prey and a little bit more nice birds there of color. So you're trying to do this in a very balanced way. You're trying to be not over-functioning and yet being a good leader. You're trying to not love to the moon and back, and still not lose connection with your heart and with your soul. So it's very delicate, the work that you're doing. And it might be that it's a fire sign involved here, or there's a lot of passion in this situation. So you might be very passionate for someone that's fairly detached from you, and maybe you're not even on speaking terms. And it might be that you also have two different relationships that's in this reading. Because this section in the middle that's kind of dividing the whole reading is very cold and detached and letting go and sacrificing. And the other is more warmed, and it's like you want to build something. But I think this is the energy that they didn't want to build something with you. Maybe because you were over-functioning. Maybe because you stole their whole dream about the future. You dreamt everything for them. So they weren't able to dream anything for themselves. You didn't give them enough room. And maybe they were immensely slow with the Two of Pentacles, like one step and then back and like this. But it was probably there for you to learn something. Okay, and here we have the Strength, so that's definitely fire, that's Leo, and it comes underneath the Five of Pentacles. So some of you might have been throwing out a Leo in the cold, or you feel that this strong part of you is always it's like you have to choose, either be very nice and do everything that you used to do to be loved, or you need to either throw people out in the cold or be thrown out in the cold yourself. It's like people doesn't love you for the strong part of you. But this is just a phase, because when you start to love yourself and start to respect yourself, there's still a certain momentum with this other thing where people are expecting you to do everything for them, and you are a little bit like their slave in both love and family dinner arrangements. And now, when you're expressing something else, more strength, more soul connection, more being in love with yourself, this is going to create a new momentum that's going to attract something else into your life. But for now, it can feel like this. Yes, this was exactly what I thought was going to happen. As soon as I showed my true self, people are gone. So this might be how you are feeling, but it's not the case. Yes, they are gone because they couldn't, they weren't attracted to this person that's you, the new strength of you. They were attracted to something else, and now you're calling in and you're listening, and you're searching for this soul family, the people that can that are strong enough to endure the whole you, and not just, bits and pieces that you can present, and being secure that people will still love you. You want to be loved for truly who you are, and I think that has been a lack in your life, and it's a sadness here, what I'm feeling. It's a sadness, and it's a dread. It might be that you're very passionate, and other people get scared and withdraw because they are not as passionate. So the Five of Swords here, it shows that there's still this war going on, and still this great connection between two people. So you still haven't found the balance point just yet, but keep on working with this, loving yourself no matter what, and being yourself no matter what, because it's going to either make you separate like oil and water, or it's going to unify you even more. So if a person is truly yours, they are going to come back, okay? If they are truly like your soulmate, what's being depicted here, they're going to come back. And if they are not, there's something else you're going to attract instead, because you are now the new, vibrating, very passionate you. And for those that's together with a Leo, it seems like you have been Leo or any fire sign. It seems like you have been cutting them out of your life currently, okay, with the fives. It has been some difficulties. Okay, and here's your future, and it's the Seven of Cups. So it feels like you feel that you are betraying yourself with the people that you love. Why am I in love with this person that is so immensely stupid? Okay, so you're feeling like this. And they have done all those things towards you, and they might be like this turtle, very slow, and you don't feel loved by them. And I don't have any answers just yet with this first card, but and this card is about illusion. So every time I get this card, it's like a fog going over my head. So this is how you feel in this situation. You can't understand why this is going on. And we can see the different, we have sun there. This is going into the second part of February. So the sun will be going into Pisces here. And we also have the moon here and Mars, showing that there's something you want to express probably in your emotional part. And we also have, I think it's Mercury. It's looking a little bit like Pluto. I need to check that out because I'm always confused about that. And here we have Saturn and Jupiter and Venus. So it's like you need to learn something before you can get this happy outcome with love, and it's this with communication probably. There's a lot of wands card here that's talking about communication, but I think it's very problematic. Because if you communicate what you want, I think it feels like you're betraying yourself. If you communicate that you love someone that's not really there for you, it feels like a betrayal. So it's like you don't communicate at all. You're just waiting for something. Seven of Swords. Okay. So I think this is the energy that's coming into your life. I don't think this is truly you. When Virgo reading become this dark, it's usually a person that's in your life, okay? Because you're very strong, and you have this hermit mode with you. You can thrive being very lonely. But here it's some new energy, and it's challenges. 7 is always challenges, and it's water and it's air. So I think it's this conflict between your head and heart, because there's a person in your life that's not taking responsibility. They don't show you that they love you enough, and you still love them. So there's a big problem here. For some of you, it's also this, that you need to make a choice, because you have two people, probably fire or air in your life, and you need to decide which one. So that's another thing. But and you want to choose the person that's not an escapist, and that can tell you that they love you, and it feels like they are not lying. You want to choose that person, but the question is where your longing is, okay? So next card here is the moon. So it was this is the minor arcana moon, and this is the major arcana moon, and it comes underneath this Queen of Swords. So I'm thinking that you have a person in your life that doesn't even know themselves. They might come out as a big fat liar, but the reason to why they come out as a big fat liar is because they don't know themselves, okay? It's a secret even to themselves. I think that there's a great love here between you, but they are not showing it. They are running away from it, and because they are afraid. So they are used to be in control and kind of sacrifice people to the left and right. Maybe it's not that easy to just sacrifice this relationship with you. Maybe it's not that easy to move away. Maybe it making them feel like they want to connect with you and not be left out in the cold anymore. So it's actually like you are making them wanting to be better, but they don't know how to. So it's just like a vibrating waking up here from some person that's very used to taking care of themselves, and not wanting to. They don't want to open their heart. They want to be in like a blissful state of not knowing. They don't want to fall in love. So that is what I'm seeing. They are super scared to fall in love, and every time they feel like they're falling in love, they run away. And for some of you cross watchers, this might be Virgo doing this. I imagine that most of my viewers are very aware of themselves. So there can be deception, like self-deception, but probably not in this scale, okay? And here you have a King of Cups. So King of Cups is usually Scorpio. It can be Pisces or Cancer as well. And so here you have that's Libra, Scorpio kind of thing going on with you. So Libra, Scorpio, it's how the Jupiter, this symbol here, has been moving in the night sky. So it has moved from Libra to Scorpio. So I think this is very lucky for you, because it means that someone is about to heal. If you are a person that have been, I said to the moon and back a lot, I think this is the song for you. It's something with pilot. You're looking for the right kind of pilot to come. I should know this, but I will put it in the description box for you, this song. So it's a song for you. You're waiting for the right kind of pilot. And I think this, with the Jupiter's movement from Libra to Scorpio, is preparing your pilot, okay? It's preparing your pilot to open their heart, because this is a very detached card. And here you see it's like they are trying to run away, but they're swept in by the moon. And the King of Cups is healing and being like this person that wants to be in connection with others, wants to feel the closeness from your soul family. So it's just timing, okay? You need to have more patience in time, because your pilot is about to open their heart. And it might be Scorpio, Leo, Libra, fire, water, air, some kind of combination between them. Okay, and here you have a 6 of swords. So it's another 6, and you also have the lovers here. So Virgo, don't give up just before it happens. Don't forget this person just before they are about to, get it. Usually it can be like this. You have been in very great anticipation for someone that you love very dearly. And that anticipation is this unbalanced thing. You are loving them more than they love you. And in the moment that they are actually waking up to loving you, it might feel for you on the other end, if you are not connected like in time and space, but actually just through this bond, it might feel like you're not interested in them anymore. So you can wake up one day and feel like, well, that was that. Okay, I'm over them now. But actually, it's just that the scale has been like this. So now you're starting to feel a little bit what they were feeling. And they are starting to feel a little bit what you are feeling. So you're weighing the scales here now. So just because you feel like suddenly you're free and you don't feel the pain anymore from loving this person, and you might go away like the thief in the night just when they are opening their heart and are ready. See this box here? It's what they found in the depths, and it's containing their heart. This is the King of Hearts. So, and they want to come to you with it. And we also have the Hermit here in its sun in the Hermit kind of. So it's you there. So 6 of Swords, it's when your logic and your heart is unifying. And this is what needs to happen with the humanity. We need to not have our center in our brain anymore. It needs to go down to our heart. That's our center. And it will make us both logic and very loving. So we will become like Buddhas, like very enlightened people. And this is what's happening in this card. So don't give up, Virgo, the second before things are about to happen here. So maybe realize, okay, I'm not stuck anymore. I can leave if I want to, because the love is not consuming me anymore. But try to not do it. Try to stay on a little bit longer, see what's happening. Since you have already sacrificed this much time, you can sacrifice a little bit more. It's not going to hurt you, okay? So I'm going to choose a card for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination cards for Virgo. Okay. February here. Orphaned, and it comes in reverse. So maybe this is the time when you are not going to be an orphan anymore. We have the 5 of Pentacles here. I felt this, that every time you were showing your true self, people were abandoning you. And we can see this is a girl that's figuring a bird. So it's something to do with these birds as well. And yes, there's a face in the cliff there. Okay, orphaned. I think you have felt this all along. And now when you actually have become a little bit more parent to yourself, giving yourself justice, being your total self, regardless of what the consequences is. You're actually not an orphan anymore, because you start to love yourself. It's also what we can see here with the King of Cups, that you start to love yourself no matter what. You let your soul come through and everything is okay. You know that you always do things in the best way you can. So mistakes and misfortunes are okay. It's like it's life lessons. So this, when you actually start to love yourself, it's the moment when you're not orphanaged anymore. And it might be that you're taking in a person that has been orphanaged as well, felt this or have this as their karma. Because the people that's very detached and not being able to show love, like what we see here, this person here, cold and detached, they usually, it's like maybe they have put their heart in the bottom of the ocean or the well eons ago when they were orphanaged. Okay, so that's the reason to why they were so detached and why they couldn't love. because they didn't know if there were anyone out there to love them, and maybe they used and abused you during this time when they didn't have a heart. But okay, so we'll see. A sense of loss and identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. We were all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from. It's essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way that you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressures to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So Six of Swords is also the moving on card, but I still feel that it might be the moment before what I said before, that you might have all your dreams come true here, that finally this situation that has been so flawed finds harmony. But if not, it might be that your emotion will just fade away and you will also move away from the situation into something new. So that will be for some parts of you. But with the Lovers here and the King of Cups, I think you will open your heart to love either or. So it maybe doesn't matter. We want to be with the people that we have loved because we are kind of used to them, but it might be something new that's coming as well for you. Be led by the path before you, Virgo. So see here, it's number 6. The other card was 5, 6, so it's counting. And it's these 5 and 6s that you have had as well. So you may wonder if you are on the right path. You may have a choice to make and are uncertain as to which decision will be the right one for you. I scatter petals to scent the wind and blessing to reveal the way. Though at times you may fear that you are being led astray, trust in your unfolding life journey, for the path before you is one that I have blessed. Don't make things more complicated than they need to be. Don't rush in out of fear of panic to try and sort out an issue. Be patient and allow it to unfold. The universe knows what you are in need of, and the Divine Mother is guiding you daily towards fulfillment. Do what you can do and what you can't do. Surrender to the Divine Mother. Okay, so what I've seen for you this far, Virgo, is that you have been fighting in situations that haven't been fair to you, and now you're finally becoming more fair to yourself, but you're also feeling very alone because you have been forcing to cut out a lot of people in your life. And it might be that you're standing in a crossroad as well, even though it doesn't. I just see that this it might be 2 different suitors here for you, Virgo, and you need to choose. And I don't see with the moon here and the 6 of Swords which one you should choose. I just see that you need to follow your heart in this matter and be whoever you are. And you want to be loved for the person that you are. So show your true self and love that true self. Okay. So I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care. And thank you for watching this far. And I welcome you back to my last part of February reading that I will perform in the beginning of February. Okay, so have a great time and bye bye.